Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very exciting video, and to start things off, I have something I want to share with you. So I've just come back from a weekend away to the beach because it's super nice weather, and I came back and this box was waiting for me from Treyarch and Activision. It's a humongous crate. It's got this safe cracker lock mechanic, which I don't know the code to, and we won't know the code to this until tomorrow at approximately 5 PM UK time, or as you see on here, August 10th, 2020, 12 PM Eastern District time. I'm not allowed to open the crate before then. I will not be told how to open this crate until then, but what you will want to know is we'll be streaming the unboxing of this secret crate live on the channel. So if you are new around here, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell if you are new, because lads, I do not want any of you to miss out on this. The only distinguishable features we have is the fact that it's got a code on it, which is 837-96210. And that's the code that I'm gonna use, and I'll have to use, to text a certain number that will tell me the combination to open this box. God knows what's in this box. It is super, super heavy. One thing's for sure, come tomorrow, we're gonna learn a lot more about Black Ops Cold War than what we already do. It could be an entire game reveal. It could be a reveal trailer. It could be a teaser trailer. It could be a huge Easter egg hunt in itself, and we need to use what's in here to try and figure out the end goal. Like I said, you will not want to miss it. So if you are new, subscribe, drop a like if you're excited, but let's jump back into the new Black Ops Cold War teasers ahead of tomorrow. I've never been more excited to open a random wooden crate in my life, and if you guys are excited, let me know what you think is inside of it and drop this video a like rating. Now, I have no idea what is inside this crate. However, there is a very subtle clue which has been put out there that can give us some ideas on what is inside the box, as well as go over our very first official legitimate teaser for Black Ops Cold War that happened over this weekend. And this is going to be a bit of a lengthy explanation, but I honestly encourage you guys to watch this video through to the end because you're going to learn a lot. So let's jump into it, shall we? And over the last few days, players have been noticing something very mysterious happening within Call of Duty Warzone. Players will just be happily playing Warzone as you normally do, and suddenly your game will be interrupted for a brief second or two with a scrambled message that appears on screen that looks a little bit like this. If you blink, you'll probably miss it. And if you are paying attention, it's up so quick that you don't really have much time to work out what it is. But you know what we're about here on the channel. We break down absolutely everything so you can understand everything there is to know about this message. So as it starts, it seems almost like a TV broadcast that's interrupting on our screens here, and it fuzzes to show the text, "Know your history." Now, this is a really interesting quote which is relevant for multiple different reasons. The first being, of course, that the game is heavily rumored to be in the Cold War. Now, there is a lot of historical events that happened during the Cold War, and Treyarch, being Treyarch, will love to hone in on some specific events and make them incredibly Black Ops-esque. Black Ops 1 explored plenty of these events, such as the Bay of Pigs invasion, Fidel Castro, Cuban Missile Crisis, and there's many other things as well, like the Berlin Wall as a multiplayer map. It's a very fascinating area to explore for a Call of Duty game, and I'm all for it. But hearing Know Your History as well could also reference and indicate to know your Black Ops history. Since the first Black Ops game is essentially in a very similar time period, it wouldn't really make sense if it was part of that series. It would have to be its own reboot, surely. And another element to the Know Your History is the fact that this narrative is being played within Warzone, and Warzone is in Modern Warfare's universe right now. In the latest Warzone intel mission for Season 5, it ends with a teaser of an unnamed operator currently trapped in the prison of Warzone. It's an unnamed operator, and we won't know the identity of them for a little while, I expect. Now, it's hard to say exactly if this is a character from Modern Warfare or if it's potentially a character from Black Ops. There's been rumor and speculation for a little while now that Frank Woods is going to appear as an operator in Warzone, and I expect that can only happen once we get the reveal for Black Ops Cold War. So if they were to integrate it that way, that would be absolutely incredible and would make tons of sense with the Know Your History, as it's a character not part of the Modern Warfare series that new players might not understand the importance of at first. But there's more to it than just Know Your History, as we have a secondary history text code that appears in Russian, which when translated, translates to doomed to repeat it. So know your history, doomed to repeat it. If we put them into a sentence, we could have it as know your history or be doomed to repeat it. And that opens a whole new can of worms. Now, the origins of this saying go back all the way to the early 1900s, where a famous Italian philosopher called George Santayana stated those who cannot learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Winston Churchill himself even quoted this in a speech in 1948, saying those who fail to learn from history are condemned to repeat it. And according to Santayana's philosophy, history repeats. So we need to brush up on our Cold War history, because if we don't, then we are doomed to repeat history again. So that kind of gives me some time travel vibes when it comes to the game. If we might actually be able to change the events of history that we know in our reality, and it be different in Black Ops Cold War. Now, one really relevant point that I want to make that no one has spoken about yet is asking the question, why did we get the secondary bit of messaging in Russian? Like, think about this, right? In the grand scheme of a narrative here, the Warzone game is being interrupted by someone that's broadcasting a message. Half of it's in English and then it translates to Russian. It's not the first time that we've seen Russian language being used in Warzone. We've had it verbally on telephones for the Bunker 11 Easter egg. But again, you've got to think part of that narrative as well. What is that ultimately driving us towards? And this goes into another teaser that was found and posted on Twitter by Prototype Warehouse. Now, I can't show this in the video because technically it's data mined files, but what it is essentially another glitched screen that shows the words active measures in Russian. Now, not only do we see text for active measures, but you also see the faint resemblance of the Soviet Union logo behind it. It's that classic red flag with the hammer and sickle combination, and it basically tells us that the Soviet Union are going to be relevant somehow in Black Ops Cold War. Now, going into active measures, it's a term for the actions of political warfare conducted by the Soviet and Russian security services, which influence the course of world events, in addition to collecting intelligence and producing politically correct assessments of said intelligence. So among these covert techniques used was disinformation, where there'd be leaking of false information and rumors to foreign media, or planting forgeries in an attempt to deceive the public or the political elite in a given country or countries, and the United States was the prime target of disinformation. In particular, forgery operations, which were designed to damage foreign and defense policies of the United States in a variety of ways. Defectors reported that the Soviet Union and its allies circulated forged documents, often relating to be speeches, letters, or policy statements by US officials, which contained false information. This is stuff that genuinely happened, and it sounds like this is something which could play into the storyline of Black Ops Cold War. All of this is mad. Like, we could be talking about this for like a good half an hour about the meanings of know your history or be doomed to repeat it and active measures. But I'd love to know what you guys think about everything about this down below in the comment section on what you think it could mean or relate to. Now, according to videogameschronicle.com, who have been incredibly accurate in the past at predicting stuff for Call of Duty with regards to the existence of Warzone before it was announced and its release date, as well as talking about the stadium opening up and the train going around Warzone all the way back in June, have said that the crate that I have and that other YouTubers have been sent links directly to the Know Your History teaser, which we've seen in Warzone. And this could fire up a whole load more teasers inside of Warzone, like the one we spoke about today, and some physical Easter eggs as well. All I know is that this channel is the place to be from tomorrow and all the way up to the launch of Black Ops Cold War. So if you enjoyed this video, it gave you some food for thought, drop a like rating, subscribe with a bell ticked. You can catch my previous video on your screen right now. I'll catch you over there in a few moments.